So,
Oh, jeez.
and you know what? The wireless internet, especially from right there near the downtown, was terrible.
So what'd you guys do?
Well, we got through it, but it wasn't
But it
as
wasn't-
good.
wasn't
It's not as
great.
good. Well, you know, people expect.
High speed.
Yeah, they
I
do.
just-
And we're live from Hare Chevrolet Field, Noblesville High School, Noblesville, Indiana. It's Class 6A, Sectional 4. Welcome to tonight's broadcast of IHSAA State Tournament football action here on Hamilton County TV, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating their 25th year in the business. We'd also like to thank Noblesville Trophies, Community Health Network, Church, Hiddle and Antrim, Smith's Jewelers, Indiana Restoration and Cleaning Services, HCTVcalendars.com, the Noblesville Chamber of Commerce, and Bill Clifford for Sheriff. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of playoff football here on Hamilton County TV. Craig Atkins alongside Perry Williams, and we're excited for this Hamilton County matchup here in, it's kind of like both teams had a bye week last week, but a good portion of 5A and all of 6A had the first week of the state tournament off just because there are half as many teams in each of the 5A and 6A, and I bet these two teams, Carmel and Noblesville, Perry, are antsy to get at it tonight.
Absolutely, and in this game tonight here that we have here it's a little bit different setup this year in the sectional. Yeah. We have now brought Lafayette into this sectional, and also Westfield has moved up. So,
and the weird thing, you got Sectional 5, the top South sectional in 6A. It's Fishers at Southeastern.
Yeah.
And so it's weird that Fishers and Southeastern are in the South now, if you will, but kind of part of that weird realignment with teams moving up, teams moving down. Cathedral and I believe one other moving back down to 5A this year to make room for Fort Wayne Snyder and Westfield.
Absolutely.
The two that are moving up to 6A. So interesting. Tonight's other matchup in the top half of the 6A Sectional 4 bracket, it's Westfield at Lafayette Jeff. Lafayette Jeff having a great season so far, 9-0, and swept right through the North Central Conference this year. And tonight here at Hare Chevrolet Field, it's Carmel visiting Noblesville. And other Hamilton, actually, we'll stick in 6A for a little bit. Some big matchups as we continue in the South. Sectional 5, the other matchup in Sectional 5, North Central is at Pike, which that's an interesting one because Kevin O'Shea, he's a tournament-type coach, and it's going to be a test because when he goes and visits Jimmy Graves and the Pike Red Devils, it should be a dandy over there on the west side.
Absolutely. In fact, Kevin O'Shea's done a great job at North Central this year, and has actually won probably more games this year than they have in the last, 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, North Central has struggled as of late, and Kevin O'Shea slowly but surely steering the ship back in the right direction. Down in Sectional 6, Lawrence North is at Warren Central. Ben Davis hits the road to Lawrence Central tonight in the other game in Sectional 6. Sectional 7, a couple interesting matchups. Avon is at Southport, and Pear Meridian heads to Brownsburg tonight. And the final sectional of 6A, it's Jeffersonville at Columbus North and Center Grove at Franklin Central. That's where our friend Rick Vanderweilen is tonight with his crew with IHSATV.org. Speaking of where you can watch games.
Everywhere.
Tonight.
You're going to be able to watch it on YouTube. You're going to be able to watch it on the Periscope. You're going to be able to watch it on Facebook and also on Twitter.
And as well.
And plus the Indiana High School Athletic Association.org will also have the game along with our flagship HCTV1.
You got that right. We are all across the board tonight and couldn't be happier. And other teams in the area looking at tonight's action, 3A. Hamilton Heights, they survived last week, a big road win last week. And they will head to Southmont tonight.
They're in the same county.
Yeah.
Because they played Montgomery Central last year.
Northmont.
I mean, last week and now this week they play Southmont. But, the one thing about it is Hamilton Heights has struggled. But talking to Coach Mitch Street today, his comment was, we're probably playing the best football we have had all season long the last 2 games when they beat Montgomery Central, and of course the last game of the season being Lafayette Central Catholic, which Central Catholic's not the team they have been in the past,
right?
But they're still a good football program.
They're a very good football program, and Central Catholic going into round 2 of sectional, they're 3-7, as they'll hit the road tonight, but we'll get to them in just a second. The other game, an interesting one, Blackford, not having won very many games in recent years. They're 5-5 hosting Brebeuf. So if Hamilton Heights wins on the road at Southmont tonight, and say if Brebeuf wins, which it's probably good odds, Hamilton Heights could host the sectional championship next Friday night.
Which would be fantastic for the Huskies after the season they got. And then, of course, before we get started here, we have to mention 1A football.
Oh, yeah.
Coach Bud Wright's at West Dell tonight, and they're 5-5, West Dell is. So, there's a good chance that Coach Wright will win. And if he does, he'll host a game
regardless
next week. And who is it? Monroe?
Monroe Central is at home tonight. They are at home against Clinton Prairie, which Clinton Prairie 5-5, Monroe Central 9-1. So Monroe Central favored to win that game on their home field tonight. And if both those two win their games tonight, Sheridan will host the sectional championship next Friday at Bud Wright Stadium in Sheridan. So hopefully, wins across the board for Hamilton County teams to keep winning in the sectionals. And we'll try and keep you updated on. Hopefully, we can get some updates throughout the evening, and as we are probably moments away, I'm not sure if I don't know if they've tossed the coin yet or not, but
I'm not really
sure. I don't believe so. The teams, I think, stayed in their locker rooms longer
probably
tonight,
as long as,
just because this is the first cold test that both of these squads have seen all season. Because 2 weeks ago when they played, it was still warm out when Carmel played Lawrence Central and Noblesville played at Avon 2 Fridays ago, as the Greyhounds make their way through the south end zone back onto the field. Noblesville already back out, and going to be an interesting night tonight for sure, Perry. And,
absolutely. One thing, number 10 ranked Carmel Greyhounds come in here 5-4 on the season and 4-3 in the MIC, and you kind of think, well, maybe the Greyhounds are down a little bit, Craig, but
that's the MIC.
It's the MIC, and
it's the MIC football.
This is the same situation they were in a year ago.
Yep.
So when they won the state championship, so of course the Millers have come in here 8-1 for the season and 0-6, but probably talking to Coach Simmons this week, we're probably as healthy as we've been all season long.
Well, that's the big thing with that, idle week. While I believe only 5 games were played in 5A, and then all of 6A and the rest of 5A were off, you get a chance, being the bigger school, to get yourself back healthy. And if they can have, if Noblesville can have, say, Ryan Barnes, Zach Tuane, the players that have been dinged up, at different points, Wyatt Blades has been, if they can get healthy. Same thing with Carmel. The personnel that's not been 100% in recent weeks, they had an extra week in there. Obviously, you get tired of just practicing against your own team, but looks like Noblesville wins the toss, and Noblesville will kick off. They'll defer to the second half, and they will kick off south to north, so it'll be right to left on your screen this evening, folks. And Craig, we are excited for this game tonight.
Absolutely. Craig, the one thing about it is it sleeted this afternoon.
Yeah,
Craig,
saw that out the window. Woo! And, and God love her for, we're both from northern Indiana, but my wife, Kelly, is hoping, and she heard possibility of snow in the forecast tomorrow night. I'm not ready for snow yet. I don't know about you.
Not me.
But some people just love, that wintry weather, and being inside and having a blanket, and so Noblesville set to kick off here. Back to receive this kick for the Greyhounds is Atticus Klaus, number 3. He'll be on the far side, and number 84, Aiden Ellison, and Jack Knight ready to put his right foot into it on the 40, and away we go. This one's a high sidewinder and into the end zone, which will be a touchback.
Craig, early on, Jack Knight was not really in the groove, but he caught fire about the third game of the season, and he has been dead on since then. And he's really kicking with a lot of power. And well, here we go here.
Jake McDonald going to bring the Carmel offense out onto the field. And looks like in the backfield he'll have Zach Bradley hands this ball off.
No, McDonald's
Kamari
out.
Hunt.
I don't think McDonald's playing tonight. I think he's out for a couple more
Actually,
weeks.
check that. Yep, he is out.
So
that is
Gabe Quigley is in there for
17. Yep, 17. Gabe Quigley. Kamari Hunt, 4 yards on that first carry. He gets up to the 30 for 6 yards for a Greyhound first down.
It looked like Dalton Davis in there for the Millers on that tackle. The Greyhounds don't pass much, Craig. They're a grind-them-out football team, and their success has been on the ground.
1st and 10 at their own 30. Handoff again. Kamari Hunt finds it to the outside and met by Eddie Jenick, number 10. About a 4-yard pickup on that play.
Looks like about 3rd and 6.
Actually says 2nd down and 6. About a minute 20 into this ball game.
Oh, I see.
Twins to the far side. Single receiver to the near is Jackson Rodimal. And he's got Hunt behind him. Hands it off again. And backs his way across the 35 up to maybe the 37.
Looked like a host of Millers in there. Brian Barnes on the tackle for the Millers.
And Kamari Hunt's doing a great job. And, of course, I wasn't around to watch Woody Hayes coach, but what was his old quote? For cloud of dust.
Cloud of dust.
Hunt's doing a good job. He's got 4 carries, 17 yards so far. 3rd down and 3 at the 37. Back in the pistol. Hands it off again to Hunt, and he's met by the Noblesville defense around the 35-yard line. And that's exactly what Noblesville needed on this first series. As they stop the Greyhounds, they'll bring out the punt team.
And that was Dalton Davis in there on the tackle for the Millers.
So 5 plays and bring on the punt team. Looks like back to punt will be number 31, Zachary Bradley. Back to receive this will be Wyatt Blades, and it looks like Zach Groover left and right. And a spiraling punt. Blades. No. Touched it, and that ball is going to scoot toward the end zone, and oh my. And Blades
couldn't handle it. And the Greyhounds recovered the football.
I believe that was recovered by number 46, Garrett Sharp. That's at the Noblesville 9, so the 1st and goal at the Noblesville 9.
And already the Millers are in a big hole here.
Dylan Downing on the carry this time. Noblesville's defense
Seth Pope on the tackle for the Millers.
Noblesville's defense made good strides there in that first part of that first series by forcing Carmel to punt. But the thing to do when you've got traffic coming at you on a punt return, you got to call fair catch and poison. And Noblesville going to stop Carmel there at about the Oh, he fumbled it.
Looks like a fumble. Wait, referees haven't made any indication, I don't think.
And Noblesville's got it. Wow. Coming out of that pile. Was that Dalton Davis? I'm not sure exactly who that was that we can credit that fumble recovery with, but Noblesville.
Ryan Barnes.
Yep, Ryan Barnes. Ryan Barnes strips it.
A big break there for the Millers. It was a big break for the Greyhounds, and now a big break for the Millers.
And all these notes I'm writing down, I'm going to try and put it into something simple when I write tonight. Not sure how this is going to work, but first and 10, Noblesville at their own 7. Back to pass in the flat, incomplete off the.
Intended for Ryan Barnes, the pass was.
.8:16 left, first quarter, and we've already had 2 fumbles within a minute of each other, literally. As on the punt, Wyatt Blades touched the punt return. Carmel, the ball scoots off the wet turf and all the way down to the 9. One play later.
Timeout, Millers. This deep, I don't think that Coach Simmons wanted to take a chance at.
Wow.
So they had to burn a timeout. Let's thank one of our sponsors, Logan Street Signs and Banners. Celebrating 25 years of Logan Street Signs and Banners, they specialize in last-minute signage and banners. Noblesville serving Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 or visit them on their website, loganstreetsigns.com. Or follow them on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter.
Yeah, just an
How about another one of our sponsors here, Craig? Noblesville Trophies. They offer a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provide you with that same-day service with that last-minute decision. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online at noblesvilletrophies.com.
Noblesville PA announcer Bob Tremaine just announced his 37. The pitch, Gremmel. Now it's Luke Blevins. He gets up across the 10 to about the 11. We'll mark in. That's a 4-yard pickup by the junior Blevins.
Looks like Brooks Radcliffe on the tackle for the Greyhounds.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 at their own 11-yard line. As going to go 5 wide here. Twins near. Trips to the far. Here comes, I believe that's Jaden Barrett. Gets up to about the 13, a hard 2-yard pickup.
Joey Smith's on the tackle, number 42 for the Greyhounds.
And Chase Evans into punt. This one, Atticus Klaus gets it at about his own 46, and he races inside the Noblesville 39. So Carmel will have the ball at Noblesville's 39-yard line to start this next drive. Quigley, a sophomore, 6'1", good frame on him, about 162 pounds. He's back to pass, first time tonight, and wide open is number 87. That is Jackson Rodemel. And good enough. Actually, it's a 9-yard pickup.
Ran out of bounds over there by Carson Sanders. So second down and probably about 1 here, Craig.
So Gabe Quigley's first pass completed for 9. Hands it off this time to Kamari Hunt. Gets across.
Eddie Genis on the tackle for the Millers.
Picks up 3 yards on the carry, enough for a first down.
First down for the Greyhounds.
Back to pass once again, Quigley. And pass completed. That is Atticus Klaus. Gets down to about the 16 where he'll be marked.
Zach Tuaday on the tackle for the Millers.
Carmel's third first down, their first by passing. And quickly, Noblesville flooding one off, one on. As Tuaday gets a quick break. Quigley hands it off to Kamari Hunt. Up the middle he goes. Down inside the 10. And his wheels are still trucking down to about the 5. So another Carmel first down. That's their third rushing first down as we've hit the midway point of the first quarter. Still 0-0, but Carmel knocking at the door.
First and goal for the Greyhounds.
Quigley hands it off. Oh,
fumble.
Ball's on the turf again, and Hunt's got a dive on it at the 8-yard line. So that's going to drop him for a 3-yard loss, making it second and goal at the 8.
Once again, Ryan Barnes was in there, shot that gap there, and almost recovered the football.
Yeah, you can see with a lot of these guys, that week off did them a great deal of good.
Because Barnes has been pretty beat up all season long, Craig,
Yep.
and he's just now getting healthy.
Quigley waits for the snap, gets it, hands it off to Hunt. Up the middle he goes, might have gotten to the 6. They'll mark him at the 7 for a 1-yard pickup. And all you fans that have not braved the cold tonight, we thank you for joining us. However
Eddie
you have
Jenick
tonight,
in there on the tackle, Craig.
whether it's Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, or good old-fashioned HCTV1.com. We're glad you've joined us tonight for Class 6A Sectional 4 action here from Noblesville. I think we'll be calling Eddie Jenick's name all night long, Perry.
I'm sure we will.
Quigley hands it off. Hunt trying to find the outside, and he is met. Didn't catch the number of who that was of the Noblesville defense, but looks like they may be forcing Carmel to a field
Ryan
goal
Barnes
attempt.
leading the charge over there to get that tackle.
Replay coming up right here. Thank you, Spencer. Yeah, great pursuit by Jenick and Barnes in there. And here comes the 23-yard field goal attempt. Up and good by Matt Fortier. And with 3:43 left, first quarter, Carmel 3, Noblesville 0.
Well, Craig, let's thank some of our more sponsors. How about this Hamilton County HC web television events calendar, hctvcalendar.com. Be sure to check out this calendar for the upcoming events at Hamilton County, including all high schools events. If you have any event added to our calendar, easy and free. Hamilton County Community Calendar has been online since 1995. Check them out at hctvcalendar.com. Craig, and I think Katie's been entering all the winter sports in the calendar, so it's pretty well caught up there. So you can just check it out. Want to see your favorite team in Hamilton County high school, you can go on there and see the time and the date.
Well, and the crazy thing is, none of us knew it was there until recently, until we've started talking about it more, but it's been there for 22 years. Oh. Kickoff return bobbled, and now up the middle.
Well, let's see what this Miller offense can do now, Craig.
That was Brandon Lowe, number 21, who returned that kick for Noblesville. And Noblesville will start 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. 3:39 left. Here in the first quarter, Craig Atkins with Perry Williams. Glad you've joined us tonight. Nothing beats high school football playoffs. Well, until we get into Hoosier hysteria, but we'll get to that later. Ball's on the turf. Gremmel picks it up and loses about 3 yards. Check that, almost 4 yards. Ryan Barnes will check back in. Looks like Dalton Davis is now coming in on offense, 56.
Yeah, he's been playing the last couple of games on both sides of the ball. Looks like Barnes may be healthy, Craig, because it looks like that Coach Simmons is using him a lot on both sides of the ball, which is what we were hoping all season long, but because of injuries, in fact, he had to set out, 3 games, Craig?
Yeah, he was out about 3 in the middle of the season, 3 in a row, and now he's here.
Looks like he's healthy.
Yep, split out to the near side. Gremmel, his pass. Groover all alone at the 25. Tough gain on that, up to the 27 for a 6-yard pickup. Ooh.
Fisher's up 3-0 over Hamilton Southeastern in the first quarter.
Zach Groover, 6 yards on that catch for Noblesville, and brings up 3rd down and 8 at the 27. Might need to open up something a little bit more here. It's like a double tight formation. Carmel jumped up the middle. We'll see if anything gets called. Gremmel back to pass. Groover again, out of bounds. Nice catch by him. Up to about the 39.
Joey Smith was over there for the Greyhounds. Of course, Groover caught it and stepped right out of bounds there.
12 yards on that.
First down, Craig.
2:08 left here, first quarter. 1st and 10, Noblesville at their own 39. Trying to put together a method and jumped again. He made contact. I believe that was number 96 for the Greyhounds. That's Brooks Radcliffe, 6'1", 218-pound senior. He was antsy. Made a little contact, and it was very noticeable to the officials.
Well, it was probably noticeable to everybody in the crowd.
Yeah. Yep.
That was what.
Especially when your helmet's yellow like Carmel's are. It's pretty noticeable once you jump. So that makes it 1st and 5 at the 44.
Ooh,
Gremmel back to pass, going long up the middle, and Groover tries splitting the defenders, and
who caught it? Did he catch it?
Incomplete. The official in the back judge
must have hit the ground.
Yep. Probably a good thing, because I think it landed into the hands of a Carmel DB if it hadn't hit the ground. Brings up 2nd down and 5. We can check the replay out here. Gremmel had plenty of time, threw right into double coverage. And
it must have hit the ground, because
14, Mark Allen, Carmel DB, even himself, he said no.
Millers looked like
that Blevins?
No, it was actually Gremmel.
Yeah, Gremmel kept it. It's going to be a 3-yard pickup. 3rd and a short 2.
Or a third and a long two, right? Could be either way, right?
Approaching midfield.
But you're thinking positive, right, Kurt?
You have to think positive. 3rd and 2 at the 47. Handoff.
Nothing there.
Nothing doing. He gets 1 yard. Does I think Ryan Barnes on the carry.
Bo Robbins on there. He sniffed that one out.
And
I think somebody missed a block there.
Yeah,
to be
you
quite
almost
honest.
you almost have to see that coming on a 4th and 2, and when you've got your, I guess you could call him a split time quarterback or however platooning quarterback. Plus the way Barnes can pick up a first down at the middle, like no
Miller's
other.
going to go for it.
At
course, there may
midfield,
be a
4th and
cadence.
1 at the 48. Clock ticking. And we've got a procedure, I'm guessing. Or it's a delay of game. Oh, false start. That'll mark it off 5 yards.
So the Millers will punt now.
And Noblesville will bring on the punt team. So Chase Evans and the punt team come on. And that wasted about 8 seconds off the clock, but back to receive this punt will be Atticus Klaus. This one kind of a sidewinding spiral. And going to be downed at the 27-yard line. So Carmel will take over, 16.2 left here. First quarter at their own 27-yard line. I don't want to say this for the fans that are sitting in the stands, but
I'm sure glad I'm in
here. It's kind of getting warm up here. We're sure glad Katie's upstairs has a hooded sweatshirt and looked like she had one of those kind of Eskimo-looking hoods.
Yeah,
she's keeping warm up there, her and Will. Quigley back to pass and met right away. Going to be about an 8-yard gain, 8 or 9-yard gain. That's Atticus Klaus, number 3, and that will be the final play of the first quarter. Picks up 9 on the catch.
Rylan Martin on the tackle for the Millers over there.
So when we start the second quarter, it'll be first and 10. Nope, so 2nd and 1 for Carmel. And through 1 quarter of play, it's Carmel 3, Noblesville 0.
Well, let's thank our sponsor, Community Health. Community Health is Central Indiana's leader in providing health care services where and when patients need them. With any questions, you can contact them at Community Health at 317-355-7775 or check them out on their website, ecommunity.com.
See if we can catch some scoring updates while we've got a break in the action here. Quarter break. And once again, we'd like to thank all the fans out there who are watching, all the viewers tonight. Whether you've tested out Periscope and you like it, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or hctv1.com. So back to it here as we get ready to start the second quarter. Craig Atkins alongside Perry Williams. 2nd down and 1 at the 36. And Hunt, he may be close. You know, the one thing I really haven't seen officials do much this year, Perry, is bring the chains out to measure.
Yeah, you're so right.
They want to eyeball it, and I think this was a no gain by Hunt. Yeah, it's kind of surprising that officiating crews just have relied on more eyeballing a first down rather than measuring for it and bringing the chain gang out. 3rd and 1. Handoff again to Hunt, and he gets up to the 40-yard line for a 4-yard pickup and a first down. Zach Tuane gets the tackle on that play for Noblesville. Cecina all over Eastern Hancock.
Yeah, 28-0.
That's former Cathedral coach Jim O'Hara coaching Eastern Hancock now.
Lawrence Central's up 7-0 over Lawrence North. Still a little early for the games. I mean, for the scores here.
Kamari Hunt finds room outside. 45 down inside the Noblesville 40, and he slides. Good thing that's all turf.
Yeah.
And we do have a penalty. It's probably going to be a holding back here around the 40.
Carson Sanders on the tackle for the Millers.
It looks like Sanders is getting some defensive playing time.
Cathedral 7, Roncalli 3.
That'll be a dogfight.
You know, I've always talked about that. That's probably that's a state championship type game right
and
there.
It has been
in
before.
The sectional.
Has been before. And, yeah, that's just crazy how the ping pong balls fall, if you will. And so it looks like an 11-yard mark off on the holding. 1st and 21 from their own 29 for Carmel. Yeah, I mean,
sometimes I think we ought to seat, but that's not my decision to make. But I'm giving you my opinion.
It would be interesting to see. Quigley, little screen pass there to number 2, Dylan Downing.
Dalton Davis was on pursuit there.
All over that. He might have gotten a yard.
They gave him a little bit of a loss there. I think, Craig, he moved back. Anyways, it wasn't very much.
Yep, he lost 1. That's what they give him on the scoreboard. It looked like he didn't gain any. So it's going to be 2nd and 22 from the 28.
Decatur Central 12, Indianapolis Tech 8.
You know, I'll get to it after this play right here. Quigley keeps it himself and almost brought down by his shirt. And he's going to be wrestled down around the 33-yard line.
Eddie Jennick on the tackle for the Millers.
One of the cooler places that I've seen and broadcasted games from is Howard Longshore Stadium at Arsenal Tech. They've got that brick wall around the football field.
Really?
Yep, that was built during, I believe, it was the First or Second World War.
Really?
And that's, yeah, they had troop training from what some of the officials there at Arsenal Tech told me, which is really cool when you hear history like that about a school. Quigley back to pass here on 3rd down and 18. He's wow. Big hit in the backfield, but there's a penalty flag
Looks
across
like
the
it may
way.
be on Ryland Martin. I don't know.
So we'll see what the official, our main man in the white hat, pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, number 20.
Actually, it's okay. So, anymore, it's not an automatic first down in high school. So what that's going to do is mark it up, I believe, 15 yards.
Of course, the sad part about him, we had him 2nd and 22.
Yep. 3rd and 3 at their own 47. Carmel. Quigley back in the pistol, looking up the field he goes, and that's going to be almost picked off the tipped hand of Jazz Terrell, and incomplete, bringing up 4th down and 3.
Craig, this Noblesville defense has played pretty good football.
You know, and this season, games that we've done of Noblesville, we did a bunch of them because we were able to mix in all the Hamilton County matchups this year, and this is how they played against Westfield. This is how they played against Southeastern. And you get teams healthy, they can get all on the same page.
We've just faced mental lapses or losing a concentration in games that have got away from that it's got away from the Millers.
Fair catch called for. Zach Groover calls for the fair catch back at the 19-yard line.
Bloomington South 7, Bloomington North nothing. All these games are real early. Here's the Boston score: Cardinal Ritter 7, Indian Creek 6.
That's another one that's kind of interesting. Indian Creek still pretty decent after Mike Gillen moved on after years at Indian Creek. And Ty Hunt just doing his thing at Cardinal Ritter. Noblesville 1st and 10 at their own 19 to start this drive. He's got Christian Collier in the backfield with him this time. Does Gremmel. Hands it off to him. And up the middle, he'll go just across the 20, maybe a 2-yard pickup. Maybe 3.
And there's a host of Greyhounds in there.
Looks like Collier picked up 3 yards on the play.
But one thing the Millers have had problems with is getting this offense going.
Gremmel back to pass, going long, and in between a couple defensive backs, Zach Groover had to dive to pretty much stave that ball off.
Yeah, I think Zach just had to get a hand on it so the defensive back wouldn't catch it, to be quite honest.
Yeah, that spelled trouble because, once again, Gremmel throws into double coverage, and Groover had to get a hand on it, like you said, Perry, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 7. Gremmel back to pass. He needs to watch his backside. He escapes. Flushed out right, and he's going to run, and he's got the first down himself and a little bit more as he's knocked out of bounds at about the 34. A nice 14-yard pickup.
That was William Padgett for the Greyhounds, number 40. He's a sophomore cornerback.
Yeah, let's see the replay here. Spencer will dial that up. As Gremmel, you see all kinds of real estate as he gains 12 yards on the pickup up to the 34. And Gremmel just pretty much had his way once he flushed out right. So it's 1st and 10, Noblesville at their own 34-yard line. Carmel 3, Noblesville 0, 8:14 left. And Noblesville will call a timeout, their second of the first half.
Well, let's thank another one of our sponsors, Church, Hiddle, and Anthem, attorneys at law. From personal injury claims to complex business litigations to divorce cases, Church, Hiddle, and Anthem protect the rights of individuals of businesses, schools, and government bodies all around Indiana, including Noblesville, Fishers, Maryville, and Tipton. You can contact them at their Noblesville office, 317-773-5320. You know, Craig, it's great to have all these great sponsors. We just couldn't do what we do if we didn't have great sponsors.
Yeah, I mean, they are honestly the lifeblood of how this is made happen, just because you need sponsors to
fund, to pay the bills.
Yep, you got it. And we couldn't thank them enough. And all you viewers out there, we noticed that there aren't as many fans here in the stands. We're hoping that you've joined us on one of those 5 outlets that I listed earlier: Twitter, Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, and HCTV1.com. Or if you've gone to the IHSAA.TV.org, the Champions Network website, you can find us there. Gremmel pitches it to Collier. Couldn't break outside of Zach Groover. Zach Groover had a good crackback on his defensive back.
Yeah.
But couldn't find room to get any more yardage. That'll be a no gain for Collier.
On the tackle for the Greyhounds, number 41, Bo Robbins. The score in the other bracket for us, Lafayette Jeffs ahead 7-0 over Westfield.
You know, Westfield's another team who
started out like gangbusters.
Yeah, started out 4-0, and they've lost 5 in a row. Gremmel Little keeper up the middle, and he slides at about the 39. So that'll be a 5-yard pickup by Mr. Gremmel, the junior signal caller. Yeah, Westfield started out 4-0, and all of a sudden they dropped 5 in a row, and it didn't help in that whole mix of 5 losses that they lose senior tailback Nate Freilich for the duration of his football career due to an injury. And Westfield, obviously one of those teams who needed that idle week last week.
Sheridan's up 8-0 over Westdale.
And we're going to have a penalty. It looks like it's going to be a false start. That'll be the third Noblesville penalty, totaling 25 yards so far. Carmel with 2 for 16 as the Millers have the ball with 6:55 left here. Second quarter, 3rd and 10 after Gremmel gained 5 on the previous down. Bringing back 5 more back to the 34. And we'll roll the clock. Halftime, we'll get you updated on all those scores of interest like Westfield, Lafayette, Jeff, the Hamilton Heights, Southmont game, Sheridan, Westdale, and many more. As it's a big 3rd down for Noblesville's offense. 3rd and 10. Gremmel back to pass. The rush is on. Finds room, and up the middle he goes, and he might get 3 or 4. 3 yards on the pickup for Gremmel, and that'll force the punt team to come out.
Once again, that front line and the Millers kind of break down there a little bit.
Yeah, they couldn't hold block. We saw 2, I believe. One of those in hot pursuit was 40 Alex Brown. And just like every other year for Carmel, you've got seniors just waiting. And Evans gets his spiral punt off. Klaus back there calls a fair catch.
Ooh,
dropped
it.
And it's on the turf. Noblesville might have it, and they do. And we'll check it out here on the replay. Austin Bridenthal, 33. And as you see how Klaus went down, if you've got to go down to get it almost like a ground ball,
yep,
you should have probably called a fair catch.
Absolutely.
So Noblesville.
This game's been loaded with mistakes here, penalties and botched up punts and fumbles. And Cathedral 14, Roncalli 3.
So Gremmel chased and almost loses his feet. Finds room, and he
maybe got close to
shockingly gets back to where he lost a yard, but he could have lost much more. Yeah, there was a shoe sitting there about the 45-yard line. So nonetheless, a 2-yard loss after all of that by Grant Gremmel.
Oh, I think it's his hand warmer that goes around his waist. On
Gremmel. Yeah.
So Cecina's up 28-0 over Eastern Hancock.
And plenty of time to change it, 10 seconds. And the ball's on the turf. And this is a foiled play. As soon as that ball hit the turf, 4 Carmel defenders through that line.
Vance Roddy Bush was all over.
Oh, yeah. Vance Rowdebush, 77, or check that, 56. Matt Boyer, I mean, they, like you say, came through like gangbuster. There were 4 Greyhounds in hot pursuit of Grant Gremmel. They saw that ball hit the turf. Now it's 3rd and 21.
3rd and a long ways, Craig.
As the announcer when I was in high school, 3rd and a country mile. Gremmel back to pass at the feet of Luke Blevins, incomplete.
No way he could get
Brings
that.
up 4th and 21. And as quirky as this night has been, we're probably going to see Atticus Klaus call for a fair catch if he doesn't return this.
Wow,
ground ball.
Man.
Oh. Chase Evans barely gets this one off. And reluctantly, looks like Noblesville fans calling for.
No, but he dropped the ball, Craig. It's
fair game. You're fair game back there. You're like a quarterback scrambling.
Yeah.
As we'll check this out again while we've got.
But they fumbled the ball. I mean, it's.
Yeah, that ball was almost blocked, that punt. And I would say Chase Evans was lucky enough that it wasn't. And Carmel had the ball on their own 28.
Really not a bad punt considering all he had to go through to get it.
Right. Not a bad punt. He got a generous roll, almost rolled about 10 yards. And now with 4:11 left here, first half, once again, Quigley hands it off to Hunt. Up the middle he goes. Check that. I think that's Downing. Dylan Downing with the carry. Picks up, looks like about 7 yards, maybe 8.
A host of Millers in there on the tackle.
Picked up 8 yards, did Downing.
Puts you in a tough spot when the first down you run for 8 yards.
Yep, gets the defense on their heels. Quigley. Little screen pass, little out pattern by Atticus Klaus for the first down. And all the way up to the 44, so an 8-yard pickup by Klaus. His third catch, 28 yards now.
Ryland Martin over there on the tackle.
Clock rolling, just under 3.5 minutes left until halftime.
Still 3-0, the Carmel Greyhounds.
Quigley hands it off once again. This is Downing again. Downing up across the 50, 45, down inside the 40-yard line. A big run by Downing. That's not too shabby if you're second tailback can pick up yardage. Oh.
It's a late penalty there. Probably a personal foul. I'm not. Oh, it's against the Greyhounds.
So after a 20-yard pickup.
Unsportsmanlike.
Yep. That's one thing you can't have are penalties like that, unsportsmanlike conduct.
And it drives a coach crazy.
Oh, yeah. Because after a great play, you don't need something like that. So it's going to mark it from, that'll be a spot foul. Actually, so to bring it back, I believe spot foul back to the 48. Quigley, now screen play out in the flat. Intended for number 84, Aiden Ellison. Second down and 10 at the 48. Now we're under 3 minutes left till half. Holding will be the penalty.
Wow. Zach Groover in the game. He's one of those other players that is going both ways, Craig.
So it's going to be a 10-yard penalty. Quigley hands it off again. Kamari Hunt having no trouble. Up the middle he goes. 50, 40. Inside the 30. And a huge pickup. Down to the 28-yard line. 34 yards on the pickup by Kamari Hunt.
Zach Groover on the tackle. Craig, I think you and I could have ran through that hole, though. That was a huge gaping hole. Not that it wasn't a great run, but it was a huge hole.
Huge 34-yard pickup on 1st and 20. And up the middle he goes again. Kamari Hunt gets down around the 15-yard line. I'll mark him at the 16, so a 12-yard pickup.
Andy Jennick on the tackle, but he picks up a first down.
4 carries this quarter, 50 yards right there. And we'll add those up at halftime for Kamari Hunt, but once again, a first down, so down to the 15-yard line.
at right side of the line for the Greyhounds are blocking really well.
And we're going to have a timeout in Noblesville, their final timeout of the half with 2:15 left until halftime.
Let's thank one of our sponsors. Smith's Jewelers has been serving Hamilton County, and including Noblesville, Fishers, Westfield, and Carmel for over 65 years. Many jewelry stores have come and gone, yet Smith's remains. If you were to ask how and why, the answer would be our outstanding jewelry selection and customer service. The knowledgeable staff at Smith's Jewelers is eager to give our customers a memorable and positive experience. Contact them at 317-773-3383. How about Bill Clifford for sheriff, Craig? Bill Clifford is currently a sergeant with Hamilton County Sheriff's Office and has committed his life to serving community with integrity. As a resident of Westfield, him and his wife Cheryl have 3 kids. Family safety is Clifford's top priority and understands the Sheriff's Office must be proactive against new threats in order to best protect you. For more information, check them out on Facebook at Clifford for Sheriff.
Quigley hands it off again to Hunt after the timeout.
Not much there, but he grinded out a couple yards.
Down to about the 11 for a 5-yard pickup. And an update over at Hamilton Southeastern. It's Fishers and Southeastern. Hamilton Southeastern's taking the lead 6-3. Extra point was blocked with 2.5 left until half. It's 6-3 Southeastern. 2nd and 5 at the 11. Quigley. Late handoff. He'll keep it himself. Up the middle he go. Actually off the right side. And he's knocked down at about the 7-yard line. Picks up 4, so he's close to a first down.
Max Pollard, number 31 for the Millers, in on the tackle.
3rd down and a big one at the Noblesville 7. Looks like Carmel is
going to call
switching things up on offense, and they're going to call a timeout with 1:12 left until half.
Indiana Restoration, no job too small or too big for Indiana Restoration Service. Whether you're a homeowner or a large business experiencing water, fire, or storm, or mold mediation, homeowners that simply needs a good carpet cleaning, Indiana Restoration has you covered. You can contact them at 317-776-9942.
So Carmel with 2 timeouts left. Noblesville has burned all 3 of theirs.
Center Grove 14, Franklin Central 3. That's where our good friends at the Indiana High School Athletic Association TV are calling down there. Rick Vanderweilen. Ben Davis, Lawrence Central 14-14 in the second quarter.
I figured that would be a good one. That's at LC tonight over on the near east side. And, yeah, that'd be quite the battle like it was in the regular season. And I'm not sure if he got this first down. Really close. Possibly from the mark. He may have gotten it barely. But like I said, we've barely seen officials, if at all. I don't know if I have, maybe once or twice. Bring the chains out to measure a first down. Which doesn't necessarily mean that they're that much sure that that it is a first down or not. Quigley hands it off. Hunt finds room and he breaks it off left side. Touchdown, Kamari Hunt. Here's the replay, and Hunt looks like he's going to go up the middle, and boom, sidesteps, finds his way outside to the left. Well, there is a penalty, I believe. I believe there were 12 men on the field for Noblesville on that play. So the touchdown stands, and Fortier will come on for the PAT.
Rushing on the season, Kamar Hunt has 572 yards going in this game. It's up and good. Yeah.
And that makes it with 55.6 left here in the first half. Carmel 10, Noblesville 0. And with the opening kickoff, or the winning the coin toss, Noblesville kind of played it smart as they kicked off. Now they will, when the third quarter starts, they will receive the opening kickoff of the third quarter. But they've still got 55.6 seconds left here to maybe perform a little magic before the half. Hopefully we can get an update from Schumann Stadium at Lafayette Jeff soon to see how Westfield and the Jeff Broncos are doing. After the penalty of Noblesville's, he's got to come out with that. And Collier gets to the 10-yard line.
Not really.
The ball was kicked after the 15-yard penalty at the Noblesville 45, so it was a line drive kick. And
I think he probably should have left it alone, Craig.
Yeah, he probably should have let that ball just line drive right in the end zone to take it to 20. Unsportsmanlike conduct called on the Greyhounds.
Carmel's penalties are...
Yeah, this is their fifth penalty. So from the 10-yard line, believe they will be marched to the 25. And if they're going to try and march through the 6A playoffs to defend their 6A state championship from last season, which that was a thriller, a 16-13 game in overtime against Center Grove. They may want to cut down on the penalties. And Gremmel will take a knee. As the clock will wind, they'll take one more knee and get this game to halftime.
Craig, looking at my phone here, Periscope is on Twitter right now, so that's broadcasting on Twitter. Pretty good picture there. That's the end of the first quarter. Carmel 10, Noblesville nothing. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll take a little break, and just before the second half period, I'll come back, and we'll get you set up for.
The IHSAA, in partnership with Blue Frame Technology, is pleased to announce that you can now watch your favorite IHSAA sports on the all-new IHSAA TV Apple TV app. Watch live or search through thousands of archived broadcasts. Have an older Apple TV? You can still watch on your TV by going to AirPlay on your iOS device and choosing Apple TV. Download the new Apple TV app now in the Apple TV App Store.
We all have our own story about community.
I truly felt that each doctor, technician, and nurse had the same goal: provide exceptional care and make it simple.
Because of my chronic illness, I have an entire team on my side.
With Community's MyChart, I keep track of everything.
When community says exceptional care, simply deliver it. Those aren't just 4 words at the end of a TV spot.
It's for community patients at the end of a TV spot.
Telling you to believe every word.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street. This is South 10th.
We moved 22 years ago.
Well, how come you didn't change the name?
That would have just confused people.
Well, actually, South 10th is Allisonville. If you're from Fishers,
Well, before that it was 37A, and before that it was State Road 37.
So you're telling me that Logan Street Signs and Banners isn't on Logan Street anymore? It's actually on South 10. That's Allisonville and Fishers. And before that it was 37A and 37?
So you got that straight?
Logan Street Signs and Banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but rather South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Exactly.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Breast care navigation at Community is a lot like sailing. Navigators have to read the wind without seeing the wind.
The breast care navigator will follow the patient and their family through the continuum of care.
My nurse navigator was always there.
Just to be an advocate for that patient.
You need the biggest support system that you can, and to know that you have one other person there who can help you through it is definitely something that is amazing.
Back here at Harris Chevrolet Field, it's halftime. We've got about 5 minutes left until second half kickoff. Craig Atkins with Perry Williams and Carmel with a 10-0 lead on Noblesville, and just kind of a tale of, little tail spin action going on. First series for Carmel, they fumbled the punt. Actually, the punt was fumbled, return was fumbled by Wyatt Blades, and recovered by Garrett Sharp, number 46 of Carmel, at the Noblesville 9. And one play later, Kamari Hunt fumbled at the Noblesville 7-yard line. So then Noblesville punted from there out. Fortier, the next Carmel series, converts a 23-yard field goal. When they had a short field at the Noblesville 39, they got down to the 7, where they were forced to a field goal. Trading punts, 2 drives, and then Noblesville punts, and Atticus Klaus fumbles a punt return at the 35. Noblesville in great field position there. Recovered that by that was recovered by Austin Breidenthal, and then with 55.5 seconds left till half, Kamari Hunt with a 6-yard touchdown run to put Carmel up 10-0. As we get ready here for the second half, and we'll update on some scores.
Let's go through some scores here, Craig.
Last
Bree
count.
Buff is ahead of Blackford 14-0. Bloomington South is 14-0 over North. Cathedral and Roncalli, Cathedral 21, Roncalli 10. Columbus East beating Bedford North Lawrence 42-0. That's
Now Bob Gaddis always has them rolling come playoff time.
Decatur Central 20, Tech 8. Center Grove 14, Franklin Central 3. Greenwood 8, Mount Vernon 0. Fishers and Southeasterns, this is the last score we've got.
That's
on
the
this.
Last count, 6-3. I believe that should be halftime by
That's
now.
That's a halftime. Southeastern is leading Fisher 6-3. That's always a dogfight down there for the Battle of the Mud Sock. McCutcheon 21, Huntington North 7. Harrison 8, Kokomo 7. Those are 2 old Hoosier Crossroad Conference teams.
And speaking of this Westfield Lafayette Jeff matchup, who this winner will face, that one at halftime, Lafayette Jeff took the lead late with about a minute or so until half. It's 17-14 Lafayette Jeff up on Westfield, trying to knock off the 5A state champions in their first year in 6A.
Ben Davis and Lawrence Central are in a big battle. Ben Davis leading 16-14. Monroe Central, who will play the winner of Sheridan Westdell, is leading Clinton Prairie 14-0. North Miami 14, Lafayette Central Catholic 7. Central Catholic's had a tough year this year, Craig.
Yeah, Central Catholic, they, obviously kind of like Garin Catholic, they amp up their non-conference schedule, and now that they're in a conference where they face West Lafayette, they face Tipton, they face Rensselaer Central, so they've got a power conference for the smaller schools, if you will, and that it kind of gives them a reality check that they're not the 1A dominator they have been.
Absolutely. Southmont's leading Hamilton Heights 14-0, and here's an amazing game because of the offensive weapons that Avon has, but Avon's ahead 7-2 over Southport.
Dogfight down on the near south side of Indianapolis, down at Southport, 7-2. That's kind of like the score that Noblesville had in week 7 action at Hamilton Southeastern when that was 10-2. Or actually, that was 7-2 at one point, and that was 10-2.
Western Boone and Tipton are tied 7-7. Both those are good ball clubs. That's a real battle. Warren Central, Lawrence North, our last score there is only 7-0. Still got a first quarter score here, Sheridan Westdell. I can't imagine it only being 8-0. But
I may stream through Twitter if I can find that.
All right.
Who knows if somebody's got that.
Zionsville 21, Anderson 0. Let me switch over here, Craig, and see if I can check out some more scores here another way. We're trying to go between Operation Football and Max Prep, and we can normally do a pretty good job. Let's see here. See if we got any scores that we haven't been able to talk about. Getting ready to start here in the second half here. Lapel 17, Alexandra 0. That's a halftime score. Trying to see if we could find the Sheridan score to. Craig, you got any scores there that?
Trying to chase down some before Fortier kicks us off. Carmel will be kicking south to north. Noblesville's first possession. Looks like they've got 28 Christian Collier back to receive this kick. He's there on the right hash. We'll see if we can. I don't know if I saw that right, but Chesterton and Warsaw are tied 2-2.
Really?
In
That's
6A
a baseball
in the
score.
north, yeah. Collier returns the ball.
Big hit on Collier, though.
Up to the 20, and
looks like number 19 for the Greyhounds, Gabby Davin.
So the Millers will have the ball first and 10 at their own 20 to start the third quarter. Craig Atkins with Perry Williams. Glad you've joined us tonight, whether you are on HCTV1.com, Twitter, Periscope, Facebook, or YouTube. Glad you've joined us tonight. I know a lot of people, it looks like, have not braved the dramatically colder weather than we've had. First play of the second half. Luke Blevins carries the ball.
Brownsburg's up 15-0 over Perry Meridian.
Yeah, Perry Meridian's had a tough year. I believe they are 1-8 also, like Noblesville going in to tournament play. No yards on the gain there the run there by Luke Blevins. Three receivers to the near one, to the far. Looks like Groover to the far. Gremmel back to pass, flushed out, being chased, and needs to get rid of it. Finds room, gets across the 25, and out of bounds he goes at about the 26, bringing up third down and about 4.
Ran out of bounds by number 56, Matt Boyer.
Third and 4 at the 26 for Noblesville. As we see, fans have gone to the concession stand looking for probably hot chocolate and coffee. Grumble tried to draw him off sides here. A little screen play and incomplete, intended for Brandon Lowe, number 21. Coverage there for Carmel by Tommy Spates, the 6-foot junior quarterback. And that brings out the punt team.
Last time on the punt, there was a bad snap. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Evans almost got it blocked. Hopefully they worked on this at half, and here comes a rush. Spiral punt just across midfield. Klaus going to let that one roll, and a generous roll down to about the 31-yard line. So that'll net 43 yards on the punt by Chase Evans. Carmel getting set for their first possession of the second half. As Gabe Quigley back out there, doing pretty well in place of the injured Jake McDonald. He's got Hunt back there in the pistol. He'll change the play. Plenty of time on the clock. Up the middle, Kamari Hunt. Easy does it, 50, 40. And turns on the afterburners. He is gone. 68 yards later, Kamari Hunt.
Here's the replay.
And Hunt
is off to the races.
Immediately just kicks it into high gear and outraces Jazz Terrell and Carson Sanders. And Carmel up 16-0 before this four-tier PAT attempt. And Klaus, the holder, faced the run and...
Oh, he still got the ball?
Oh, my.
He handed it off?
To Fortier. Fortier with the... Oh, wow.
What a play was that? Let's see that again. If you got that, Spencer. Oh, he did. He pitched it right as he was falling.
Almost like an inside pitch. Gets it right to as he's getting tackled. As Klaus is getting tackled. Pitches it to Fortier, and he races across the goal line and in for the two-point conversion. And a minute 14 into the second half, it's Carmel 18. Noblesville 0. Ooh, North Miami up 14-7 on Lafayette Central Catholic. First play of the drive. They had 1st and 10 on their own 32 and busting through the line. Kamari Hunt for 68 yards and a touchdown. And then, if there weren't enough quirky plays already tonight from the punt returns, the two-point conversion, the holder, Atticus Klaus, almost tackled for a no-good attempt, but he pitched it to Matt Fortier. Fortier gets across the goal line and gets the two-point conversion. Kick return is Christian Collier at his own 1.
Wow.
Makes it up to the 18 where Noblesville will start.
Robert Israel on the tackle for the Greyhounds.
So the Millers take over after that Greyhound touchdown at their own 18-yard line. Seems like it's been longer, but it's only been a minute 20 off the clock here in the third quarter. Gremmel. The pistol keeps it himself. Tries to find room across the 20. Almost up to the 25. Good run there by the junior quarterback. And looks like he gained about 7 yards up to the 25. Gremmel in the pistol. Blevins beside him. Back to pass and incomplete off the hands of Zach Groover. That's 5 incompletions in a row. And he's 3 out of 9 so far tonight. Those all coming in the first quarter. Third down and 3. In order to stay in this ballgame, Noblesville has to do something on this drive. Ball on the turf. Gremmel, he's chased, finds room, escapes again, and almost caught by a secondary receiver, if you will. Almost caught by either Groover or Blevins, but that ball incomplete. Brings up 4th down and 3. Gremmel did a good job of scrambling out. He was almost sacked twice and found his way over past the numbers and was able to throw the ball. Evans punts the ball a little across the 50, about the 46, where 84, Aiden Ellison calls for the fair catch, and the Greyhounds will take over at their own 46. Aside from that drive that started at the Noblesville 39, this is Carmel's best field position. Other than that, it's like Warren Central all over Lawrence North, 21-0. First and 10, Carmel. At the 46, Quigley hands it off. Eddie Jenick meets right up with number 21, that's Will Schmidt. No gain on the play by Schmidt. Schmidt is the new tailback in there, giving Hunt a break. He's had one stellar night in the backfield, did Hunt, so far. Quigley, screen pass out and off the hands of Aiden Ellison. Brings up 3rd and 10. And with an 18-0 lead, I think Carmel's just kind of trying to try out a few new things against this Noblesville defense to see what works.
They've definitely made a few adjustments at halftime.
Yeah.
The Greyhounds.
Play clock down to 5. And Quigley telling the offense to hurry. Get the play off, and up across the 50, stretching out and not quite getting the first down. 9-yard pickup by Schmidt. He's about a yard shy. So it'll be a 4th and 1 at the Noblesville 46.
They have nothing to lose here.
Quigley, he's got Schmidt right behind him in the pistol. Hands it off to Schmidt. Schmidt finds room, 45. Down around the 40. And
Eddie Jenick on the tackle for the Millers.
So it looks like Carmel's depth at tailback is paying off. As Schmidt, 3 carries, 15 yards. Quigley back to pass. He's got time, and ball is caught by number 8, Sam Rogers. Picks up a tough 5 yards.
2 a day on the tackle. But not before they pick up about 6 yards. 2nd down.
Yep, 2nd and 5 at the Noblesville 35. Quigley hands the ball off, and Noblesville's defense sniffs it out. Is he down? After the play, there's a penalty. So the ball's spotted, I believe, back at the 39.
On the Millers.
So 4th Noblesville penalty totaling 40 yards. Carmel's got 5 for 56.
That's going to
So it's going to march it.
Big
Yep.
An automatic first down.
Looks like down to the 21. If this is a spot. Quigley has Schmidt and the pistol behind him. Looks like Rogers and Ellison here to the near side. My guess is Klaus to the far. Keeps it himself. And met by Eddie Jenick.
That was a textbook tackle there by Jenick.
He got down to the 20 and just stopped like a brick wall. So it might have been a 1 yard gain by Quigley. Quigley now back to pass here on second down, going to the end zone, and Atticus Klaus with the touchdown from 20 yards out. Here's a replay. All sorts of room.
Yeah, he had plenty of time. Beautiful throw. Wide open.
Matt Pogue says we look and sound good on the Apple TV tonight. He's watching from home with the family.
A good place to be, right? In a warm, cozy home.
Yep. 20-yard touchdown catch by Atticus Klaus. Makes it Carmel 25, Noblesville 0, as we're at 6:46 left here, third quarter.
We may have to do one of those middle school basketball games this year, right?
Might put Matt Pogue on the spot.
That's right. Interview him and ask him the tough questions, right? All right, Logan Street Signs. Celebrating 25 years, Logan Street Signs and Banners specialize in last-minute signage and banners. Serving Noblesville, Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 or check them out on their website, loganstreetsigns.com.
Good return by Christian Collier up near the 30, actually at the 30 we'll spot this. And we just got permission, so if Jim would like to do one of the county middle school games.
All right.
Or some, he said, you have my permission. Noblesville's second drive of the second half, starting at their own 30. Gremmel fakes the handoff now, back to pass, and the ball is batted away by number 22, Nate Fry.
I think we have in the game right now, we got a new quarterback. I think Ryan Barnes is in there right now, number 12.
That is Barnes. Barnes. Check that. That's Gremmel back in there finding room, and he's running close to a first down. Out of bounds around the 38-yard line. So he picked up 8. So big third down and 2 for Noblesville after Gremmel's 8-yard scramble.
Oh, I'm not sure on that last. Barnes and Gremmel are both in there.
Yeah, they're trying to throw off the Carmel defense because obviously both can throw, both can run. Handoff up the middle and first down. Ryan Barnes Picks up, looks like about 3 yards, close to 3, and a first down. So Noblesville will have it 1st and 10 at the 40. Gremmel back to pass. He has time.
To Barnes.
Finds Barnes on a nice slant play for about 7 yards. Up to the 47. His first completion since the first quarter. And maybe that's something they need to go to is Barnes and that tight end out of the slot. As he's going to the far side now. They'll have Zach Groover to the near.
He's been lined
Jaden
up
Barrett
everywhere in this possession here.
Gremmel again to the air. Groover dives at the 46 of Carmel. Looks like a 7-yard pickup again to the 46 of the Greyhounds. And once again, Jaden Barrett throwing his hand warmer off to the side. These players getting the juices flowing, and they're not needing those hand warmers anymore. Going 5 wide here. Gremmel back there by himself around midfield, looking. And escapes, goes up the middle for the keeper. Down inside the 40 and out of bounds. Looks like he went out at about the 38-yard line. 8-yard pickup by Gremmel. Gremmel keeps it himself again and doesn't. He fools the Carmel defense. He gets down to about the 27. Another Noblesville first down. Looks like he picked up 11 there.
Nate Fry on the tackle for the Greyhounds.
Plenty of time. They're fixing the play. 3 trips to the far. Anthony Nail here to the near. Gremmel keeps it again, and why not? No gain on the play that time by Grant Gremmel. Once again, Vance Raudebush, 6'1", 204. Is it mirrored? Does he look bigger than that?
Yeah, he does. That's
same thing with Matt Boyer, 6 foot, 195. They may carry it different than we used to.
Yeah.
Gremmel, he's got Barrett in motion. Back to pass again and finds down at the 25-yard line. Jaden Barrett.
Joey Schmidt on the tackle, number 42 for the Greyhounds.
Barrett with 3 yards on that play. Gremmel back to pass, has plenty of time. The rush is on, and the ball is on the turf. He is able to corral it at about the 28, drops 4 yards, but kept the ball.
Bo Robbins on the pursuit there.
Another name who you've said many times tonight. Jack Knight on to attempt a 45-yarder from the right hash.
It's within his range.
Lines it up. He's kicked in consecutive games a 49, 48, and a 47. And that ball is blocked.
Wow.
By number 42. Joey Schmidt blocks. We'll see on the replay here in a second. Schmidt able to come right through off that right side. And I know how good Schmidt feels because I've done that. and it feels so cool. Actually, I did mine up the middle, and didn't ever do it from the outside. Blocked 2 punts and a PAT in my day. That's all I've got. It's not on any stat sheets though. It's weird.
Sounds good, doesn't it, Will?
Carmel with the ball at the Noblesville 42. Kamari Hunt back in there.
I'll tell you, a great job being done by that offensive line of the Carmel Greyhounds in the second half.
Picks up 9, yes, sir. Picks up 9 to the Noblesville 33. Brings up 2nd and 1. Just over 2 minutes left here, third quarter. Quigley hands it off again to Hunt. Up the middle, backs himself down inside the 30 to about the 29 for a 4-yard pickup and another Carmel first down. Hunt having just one heck of a night on the ground. Not the biggest. I mean,
Cody Leach on the tackle for the Millers there.
I mean, not like Joe Callahan has had the past 2 weeks for Sheridan.
But the one thing about it is just like it here in this Greyhound, that when you have a great running game, you also have a great offensive line that blocks for you,
That's the one thing you always can count on with Carmel. Up here's a flag, false start. Penalty number 6 on the night for Carmel. That'll march the ball back to the 34, making a 1st and 15 at the Noblesville 34. Oh, this is strange. I'll have to look. But, wrong way. I just saw that Broad Ripple forfeited their game with 8:54 left.
Really?
Trailing 48-0. I'm going to have to see who they're playing to. Yep, Chittard. Wow. That's interesting. That's no fun.
No. This is her last season in football, right?
Yep. That's a bad way to go out, too.
Yeah, it is.
Quigley has Hunt in the pistol. Little screen pass, and out in the flat. No good. Incomplete, intended for Aiden Ellison.
Be interesting to see the news tonight and see what what the deal is.
Because this is Cena all over Eastern Hancock, 41-7. Third quarter, thanks to an update from Kathy. Sheridan up 35-8 at Westdale tonight. And if Sheridan wins, Quigley sacked by Dalton Davis, number 56, back at
Double
the 40.
D.
So Quigley loses 10 on a big 3rd down and 11. So that makes it 4th and 21. And that'll be the final play of the third quarter.
Let's thank Noblesville Trophies, who offer a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provide you with that same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out on their website, noblesvilletrophies.com. How about community health? It's Central Indiana's leader in providing health care services where and when patients need them. With any questions, you can contact them at Community Health at 317-355-7775 or check them out on their website, ecommunity.com. Cardinal Ritter and Indian Creek got a heck of a ball game going, 21-14. Cardinal Ritter in the third.
Pike all over North Central, so that winner will play the winner of Southeastern and Fishers. Zionsville up big on Anderson, 35-0.
What do we give on Sheridan Westdale?
35-8.
That's what it is.
That ball punted and going to be downed at the 12-yard line.
Lawrence Central's up over Ben Davis, 20-19. That could be huge.
Yeah, it's a dogfight over there at
you
LC
know,
tonight.
most people have said that the only team that can beat Ben Davis is Ben Davis. I mean, they're that good.
Yeah,
but that's why we have the tournament.
Yep. Everybody starts
That's why they play the game, right?
0-0. Records are out the window. See, my Minutemen are up 16-3 against Elkhart Memorial. Brebeuf up 28-0 on Blackford.
I don't think that's a surprise.
No, not at all. So Noblesville starts this drive at their own 14. Glad you've joined us tonight.
Locate the Monroe Central score.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet come across.
That's who Coach Wright would play.
Yep.
At home.
Gremmel back to pass, has time, up the middle, completes it up to the, that's a tough 4 yards, up to the 18. Collier catches that pass.
The next game over at Sheridan, maybe the Budburgers will be back.
Second and 6 at the 18. Gremmel faked the handoff, now keeps it himself and falls up to about the 23. Picks up 5. Big 3rd down and 2 for Noblesville. They trail 25-0. We're about a minute into this 4th quarter. Craig Atkins with Perry Williams. Glad you've joined us. Gremmel fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and up near the 25. And that'll be a first down. 3 yards on the pickup for Gremmel, and a Noblesville first down. First and 10, Noblesville at their own 25. Gremmel, plenty of time. Throws, and, well, incomplete and out of the hands. Anthony Nail with his first target of the night. Couldn't reel that one in.
Western Boone up in the 4th quarter, 13-7 over Tipton right now.
That'll be a big loss for Tipton.
Center Grove 28, Franklin Central 3 in the 4th quarter.
Gremmel rolls out, plenty of time, and he's going to get up to about the 29. Mark Allen on the tackle. Wow, East Central 51-0.
Muncie Central 7, New Pal 45. New Pal's a good football
New Pal's
team.
rolling even into 5A.
Fisher's up 9-6 over Southeastern in the 3rd quarter. Shamrocks and Lafayette Jeff tied 17-17.
Looks like, was it?
I think it must have.
Timeout call by Noblesville. Their first here of the 3rd quarter. Actually, check that of the 2nd half with 9:36 here in the 4th quarter.
Hey, check out the HCTVcalendar.com. We have upcoming events in Hamilton County, including local high school events. Check them out at HCTVcalendar.com. Church, Hiddle, Anthem. From personal injuries claims to complex business litigations to divorce cases, Church, Hiddle, and Anthem protect the rights of individuals businesses, schools, and government bodies all around Indiana, including Noblesville, Fishers, Maryville, and Tipton. You can contact them at their office at 317-773-5320.
Back out of the timeout. 3rd and 6 at the 29. Gremmel back to pass, looking, going up the field, and Groover all alone, and first down. Great catch in stride, and Groover all the way up to the 23-yard line. 48 yards on the pitch and catch to Zach Groover. And Noblesville in business at the Carmel 23. Gremmel back to pass again. Kind of an awkward throw. Barnes couldn't reel that in.
This Lawrence Central, Ben Davis could end up very, very interesting, Craig.
Yeah, because obviously this is the first week in the 6A playoffs, and if Lawrence Central could hold on.
But they took the lead now. Ben Davis 25, Lawrence Central 20.
You surprised?
No.
Me either.
Avon offense has got rolling. They're up 26-2 over Southport. Central Catholic and North Miami is tied 28-28. Looks like Cathedral's going to hand it to, unless a miracle comes along here, Cathedral 28, Roncalli 10.
Gremmel keeps it himself down to about the 13-yard line. He might have gotten to the first down. Yep, that is a first down. He got 3 and needed 3.
You're right, Craig. These referees don't measure those things anymore.
I'm kind of dumbfounded as to why they don't measure, because you never know. It could be close.
Especially all the way over on the other side of the field.
Right. In motion comes Barrett. Gremmel back to pass, looks over the middle.
Oh.
And couldn't reel it in was Jaden Barrett as he slams his hand on the
kind
turf
of wide
in
open
discussion. A little disgusted there.
Southmont is ahead of the Huskies 21-0.
Second and 10 at the Carmel 13. Gremmel going to the end zone and out of the reach and out of bounds. Groover couldn't reel that in. Gremmel 9 out of 20. Looks like Lucas Williams checks in. Anthony Nail out for Noblesville. 3rd down and 10 at the Carmel 13. Gremmel back to pass again and caught right about the 1-yard line. Looks like by Groover again. 12 yards on the pickup by Groover. First and goal, Noblesville at the Carmel 1. And Barnes will be in the backfield. I think Carmel may expect he will run. Or no, Gremmel keeps it himself, and he's over the goal line and in for the touchdown.
Well, the Millers get on the board with 8:19 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we'll see this replay again as, obviously with Barnes lining up in the backfield. Carmel should assume that Barnes would get the handoff, but a nice keeper there. And the kick by Jack Knight And that makes our score with 8:19 left. It's Carmel 25, Noblesville 7.
Bill Clifford for sheriff. Bill Clifford is currently a sergeant with the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office and is committed to his life to serving the community with integrity. As a resident of Westfield with his wife Cheryl and 3 kids, family safety is Clifford's top priority and understands the Sheriff's Office must be proactive against new threats in order to best protect you. For more information, follow the campaign on Facebook, Clifford for Sheriff. Remember to vote Bill Clifford, Hamilton County Sheriff, May 8th, 2018.
Yeah, the key thing is to vote.
That's right.
And that was a nice methodical drive. 13 plays, 86 yards. And Grant Gremmel dives into the pile and across the goal line and gets Noblesville onto the scoreboard as they trail 25-7. And even with the flag there, the ball barely went anywhere after the kick. And you don't want to see the gigs up, but they obviously knew Noblesville was going to onside it. But
yeah, this is a tough situation to do an onside kick.
Yep. You've got
because your opponent expects an onside kick.
What you should probably do is fake the onside and just boot it deep, because both kick returners are, and it didn't go. And what you got to do is kind of just turn your leg and barely get the ball. You're gonna kick the top of it. It's almost like you're topping a golf ball.
And that's what that looks like too.
Yeah, exactly. You'll barely get the kick the ball, but obviously now back at the 35, it's time to boot it away. Knight boots this one,
like
sidewinds, and
into the end zone.
He fielded at the 1 and backed up, so Ellison had to return it. Gets out to the 24, where Carmel will start this drive. So with 8:14 left here in the fourth quarter, Carmel takes over. Oh, do we have a penalty? Back out there, Gabe Quigley, along with Will Schmidt will be the tailback this time. Hands it off. Up the middle, Schmidt, 25, up near the 30.
Tackled by Ryan Barnes.
Picks up about 6 yards, does Schmidt. Second down and 4. Under 8 minutes left here in the ball game.
Lafayette took the lead here, Craig, in the fourth quarter of 2017 over Westfield. So they'll play the winner of this Noblesville Carmel game.
Wyatt Blades comes off the left side and into the backfield. And about a 1 yard loss this time for Schmidt. And let's see, Lafayette Jeff, regardless, whoever wins this game will host the next round. Unless Westfield were to come back. Actually, Westfield would be on the road. Quigley over the head of 31, Zachary Bradley.
So it brings a fourth down, and a Carmel
Carmel's got a punt
coming on.
Zach Groover will go back in Noblesville territory to field this punt. Tipton on top of Western Boone now.
That's been a real dogfight there.
Yeah. That game, I believe, at Tipton.
Okay.
Bradley back to punt and almost blocked. Groover calls for a fair catch at the 40.
Ron Colley scored, so it's 28-16 Cathedral in the lead.
6:41 left, and Noblesville starts this drive at their own 40-yard line.
Southmont's up over the Huskies 28-0.
Looks like Hamilton Heights has run out of gas. That's still a third quarter score. Warren Central up 28-0 as well on Lawrence North. Grummel's got Blevins with him in the pistol. In motion. Little flea flicker. And that's going to be...
Oh, dear.
Oh, wow. Miscommunication by both Carmel defensive backs, number 7, Robert Ezreal, and 43, Joe Conway. Both of those two look like they would have been on the receiving end of that. Could have picked the ball off. I don't think either knew which one was going to try and catch it. But that ball incomplete. I believe that was thrown by Barrett on the slant. Catches this ball for about a 7-yard pickup. Gremmel back to pass here on 3rd down and 3, and ball batted by number 5, Tommy Spates. Check that, Sprates. And that makes it 4th and 3 at the 47. We're exactly at the midway point of the 4th quarter. Carmel up 25-7. Noblesville might as well roll the dice here and go for it. 4th down near midfield. Oh. Someone walking just in front of us here, walking through there with a Greek's Pizza. That sounds good. Fourth down, and Noblesville goes 5 wide. Trying to give Gremmel options. And Zach Groover catches the ball. Gets down to about the 46 for a 7-yard pickup. Groover having a pretty good little night. So first down, Noblesville at the Carmel 46. 5:45 and rolling. Gremmel back to pass. The rush is on. He escapes. Up the middle he goes across the 40. Down near the 35. We'll call it the 36.
Looks like a first down.
And he gains 10. Yep. 46 minus 10 is 36. Guys over there may want to turn the 2 to 1. They're calling it 2nd and 1. Groover catches it. Gets down to about the 28. So give him an 8-yard pickup.
Zach Linville on the tackle.
Seven catches for exactly 100 yards, according to my count, for Zach Groover tonight.
Which is the only count, right?
You know it. Gremmel back to pass. Has time. He'll escape again up the middle. And inside the 25, down to about the 21. Picks up 8.
Brooks Radcliffe on the tackle for the Greyhounds.
And a screen play to Blevins. He gets down to the 20. Going to bring up 3rd and 1.
Ty Wise on the tackle for the Greyhounds.
Brings up 3rd down and 1.
4:19 left to go on the clock here in the fourth quarter.
Five wide this time again. Gremmel flushes out right and going to the end zone and up top. No. Ball batted away. Bringing up 4th and 1 at the Carmel 20. Tried to go up top, and Jaden Barrett's not that tall.
No. It's like Kathy jumping, right?
Can't say that, Perry. She's right here. 4th down and 1. Gremmel keeps it himself, and he will get the first down. That's Gremmel's 24th carry. Gets down to the 18-yard line. Picks up 2 there. And, you know, the Noblesville coaching staff's probably wondering, where has this been the previous 3 quarters? Gremmel back to pass, fakes it, and intercepted in the end zone by number 5, Tommy Sprates.
Let's thank another one of our sponsors. Celebrating 25 years, Logan Street Signs and Banners specialize in last-minute signage and banners, serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 or visit them on their website at loganstreetsigns.com.
Oh, 24-20. Westfield has taken the lead. So Westfield trying to survive for another week. And with that touchback, obviously Carmel with the ball at their own 20 as they're just going to try and milk this clock out. And Carmel going to waste probably every bit of this play clock before Quigley snaps it. Game clock now under 3 minutes. Quigley hands it off, and Schmidt up the middle, gets across the 25. And there'll be a timeout called by Noblesville.
Brightenthal on the tackle for the Millers.
Yeah, I don't like the forecast tomorrow. High of 44, low of 28 here in central Indiana.
It's a good one, isn't it?
I think fall has just decided to bypass, and we're going right to winter. It's a good thing everybody was able to get their winter coats out for this game tonight. 2:41 left. Carmel has 3rd and 5 at their own 25. They lead 25-7, and if Carmel hangs on for this win tonight, they will host the winner of Lafayette Jeff and Westfield. If Lafayette Jeff were to come back, they will bring a 10-0 record to Greyhound Stadium next week. Handoff to Schmidt. Goes nowhere. Janik takes him down at the 25.
Miller's calling another timeout. Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with that same-day service with those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out on NoblesvilleTrophies.com.
This is Noblesville's final timeout. They're burning here with 2:34 left. Carmel with a 4th and 4 at the 27. Check that 4th and 3 after that 2-yard pickup by Schmidt. And they will send Zachary Bradley out to punt. Wyatt Blades barely gets off the field. That would have been 12 men on. And Noblesville trying to block. Zach Groover calls a fair catch at the 40-yard line, where Noblesville will start once again. Gremmel rolling out to his left now. And he'll run out of bounds after he picks up a couple yards. Screen pass out to the right. That is Christian Collier. Pickup of 4 on the play by Collier. Brings up 3rd down and 4. Gremmel looking. And finds, had Zach Groover at the 40, and that ball right through his breadbasket. And incomplete, brings up 4th and 4 at the 49. Looks like a couple members of the punt team started to go out there, but minute 50 left. Noblesville going to go for it on 4th down at Carmel's 49. Gremmel back to pass, and incomplete. Intended for Jaden Barrett.
And the Greyhounds will just probably hold the ball. Community Health is Central Indiana's leader in providing health care services where and when patients need them. With any questions, you can contact Community Health at 317-355-7775 or check them out on their website, ecommunity.com.
Minute 45 left. Carmel takes over at their own 49. And they will knee this one out, kneel it out, if you will. Well, folks, stay tuned this week. We will let you know where we will be next week. I'd say there are decent odds that we may be at Bud Wright Stadium.
Yeah, good chance of that.
Because whether Monroe Central wins or Clinton Prairie,
it goes back to
Sheridan will host, because Sheridan's on the road, and they are the bottom team in that bracket of Class 1A Sectional 44. And Greyhounds take another knee. And now we're under a minute left here in the ball game.
Craig, while they're doing that, let's thank our sponsors one more time: Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville's Trophies, Community Health, Church Hittle and Anthem, Smith's Jewelers, Indiana Restoration, HCTVcalendars.com, Noblesville Chamber, and Bill Clifford for Sheriff. The clock winds down here. Craig, it's been a joy. Okay,
it's been a good broadcast tonight. And our final score here in the first round of Class 6A Sectional 4: Carmel 25, Noblesville 7. The Greyhounds will be at home next week to host either Westfield or Lafayette Jeff. Right now, Westfield less count, up 24-20 on the undefeated Broncos. And stay tuned to Twitter at HC Television. We will let you know when we know where we will be next Friday night for Sectional Championship Friday. And until then, for Katie and Will, also Spencer, and for Kathy chasing down some scores, and Perry for color commentary tonight, I'm Craig Atkins. Once again, our final score: Carmel 25, Noblesville 7. Thanks for joining us tonight right here on Hamilton County Television.